Moderator. Oh boy. Hello, good people. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I think I will make these drumsticks. Welcome, welcome in. Hey, hey. Happy Saturday. I don't know if my notifications will go out because I am on my fourth go round today. This is Kiss the Ring, and I am back off in this thing. And on Saturday Chronicles today, at this point in time, I am getting ready to go take a nap. But first, I'm cleaning the kitchen. And while I'm mostly done with that, I am getting ready to clean and season some meat and get it ready to cook. And then I'm going to go take me a nap. So while I'm preparing to do that, I'll hit this go live button real quick. And I'm probably gonna do this one and then end it and come back and do at least one more before I go lay down. Before I go lay down. Well, or I might do it while I'm still in here because I actually got to clean the meat before I season it. So I don't know how y'all clean y'all meat, but I let mine soak in a little vinegar, little combination before I do all the rest of the stuff. Before I can even get around to the part where I season it, I gotta let it soak first. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just now cracking the pat. I can make some drumsticks and some wings, which I kind of wanted. I wanted details of some oxys, but I had chicken sitting in there for a few days, and it was looking like them. It's been in there a couple of days, so I figure like I better had gone on and cook it. How many of these is that I put in there? One, two, three. That I better go on and cook it on up while it feels some good. While it's still some good. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do this little live. This is the one. Y'all know I got a couple of areas I'll be talking about. This particular area, smell that meat, is about the mommies. I guess it's some bad mommy group, if you will, because Marissa is in that group. But so is Peach McIntyre's mama, who I'm about to talk about, Tracy. And who what I do with that vinegar? Oh, I put it back. And also Black China's mama. So let me start with Black China's mama. Black China mama, Tokyo Tony, was talking crap. I mean Angela, as she calls herself, formerly known as Black China. Mama was talking crap and about Black China, and she said she would Marvin Gaye to be. I believe that she has since deleted that live, but if you want evidence, there's at least audio evidence over here on my channel. The very last time I spoke about her, you can hear her say it in her own voice. She said about her daughter, if she saw her daughter, if her daughter, excuse me, were to walk through the door, she would Marvin Gaye her ASS. She said, and then she reiterated it, I will Marvin Gaye the B word. This is her child that she pushed out. And she turned around saying she would Marvin Gaye her. Now, I didn't cover the follow up parts where the FBI allegedly showed up to her door and she went to telling them that she's filming a documentary and that people are overreacting, et cetera, et cetera. I did see it. I didn't cover it, like, but that is what happened. If you just want to hear the update on it, you can't hear the audio of that happening over here because, like I said, I didn't cover it. But I'm just saying that's what happened. And so she tried to convince them that she's doing a documentary, and then she went to recording lives talking about she's acting, and then she said she and I said to myself, I looked at one of the lives, I said she is dating herself because she was sitting there to the side with a artist hat on, a black artist hat and a white shirt, and it's a somewhat of a side profile, and she's like, and in my former love, like I'm like it was screaming old school biography, old school documentary type stuff. Wow, look at all these frozen drinks. And so get this water up out of here. So that's what happened with her. So now she's steady pressing in. So yesterday she was playing Marvin Gaye, talking about she loved Marvin Gaye so much, and she just dancing to Marvin Gaye. She gaslighting, but it's like, honestly, you said you were Marvin Gaye, your own daughter. No matter what you say to do afterwards, it just shows you're just a dangerous person. And what is with these mothers that have problems with their own kids, or in some cases their grandchildren? And that will help me to segue to Tracy. Tracy, hold on, let me set this timer. When I soak my meat, I set a timer. So anyway, Tracy was over there. She was on live with her granddaughter. Her and her granddaughter were out to lunch, and the granddaughter said to have the live to send her $26 because she's class of 2026. And Tracy initially responded and said, "We don't beg." And the granddaughter said, "It's not begging, it's a gift." So Tracy repeated that. Kept trying to say that she kept turning the camera like she was gonna put the camera on her granddaughter. You can go look and see. It's the last live that was up. It's not that long. It's Tracy, aka Rasta Queen. So she put the granddaughter kept telling her she didn't want to be on camera. But what she actually did was turn the camera around. At one point, she told the granddaughter, I'm not putting you on camera," or something along those lines. Meanwhile, she touched the button to turn the camera around. So while the granddaughter was sitting there looking at whatever screen she's looking at, Tracy puts the girl on camera, even though she repeatedly told her grandma she don't want to be on camera. I knew she was gonna do it though. I just knew it. The look on her face where every time her granddaughter said she didn't want to be on camera, I was like, she gonna put her on camera. But she did it pretty early on. And so anyway, so the granddaughter say it's a gift because she graduated, she class of 2026. This is what made me go live and say something about it. So now the Tracy says she's my first, and then she stumbled, and then she went on to say my first granddaughter that's graduating. My first granddaughter that's graduating. My granddaughter is graduating this year. Now, here's the reason I'm going live. We all know, if you know about Peach McIntyre, Tracy's daughter, then you know that Peach McIntyre, if you follow her, Peach McIntyre has a son, Gregory McKay. That's her oldest son. Um, that's graduating this year. He is already accepted into college. And Peaches said that she's going to support him through college. And um, so yeah, they even went to visit the college soon. And she was so happy to see like her son doing something different. Cause she said when she graduated high school, she was with she was pregnant with him. I think she was pregnant, but he was at least a bun in the oven. But I think she was pregnant because from her prom picture, she's still pregnant. So she went to prom. He was in a bun in the oven, and she said that she could have went to college. She had a scholarship, but she turned it down. So anyway, when she stayed home to she stayed home, and it is what it is. And now her son graduating high school, doing something totally different. He on his way to college. He doesn't have any children, and she was just really happy. And I'm like, That's wonderful. If you want to call that generational curses, then that's what she did. She broke some generational curses, and it's a beautiful thing. Now, let's get to Tracy. Tracy sat there and said that her oldest granddaughter, she specifically said, oldest granddaughter is graduating high school. I don't always watch entirety of some people's videos, and I say that out here. Tracy's one of them. Sometimes I don't. This one I wanted to see the entire thing. I did skip a couple of times, but I'm pretty sure I saw the majority, enough of it to know that what I was checking for was true. That not one time did Tracy mention Gregory McKay. See, she might not have access to him, and his mom, Peach, made that decision. Peach made that decision. Gregory McKay, as a minor, could only do what his mom decided. His mom decided to cut off her bottom. And as a result, she kept the kids from the grandmother. And that's how that went. But if Tracy is such a great grandmother, a great grandmother, as I think she would have people to believe, then explain to me how come she big upped her granddaughter, that's a 2026 graduate, but she never once mentioned Gregory McKay. How does that make sense? How do you mention one grandchild, but you don't mention the other one when you know full well that he's graduating this year? I don't even believe for 1 second that Tracy does not peek in on Peach McIntyre's content. I don't. And I know even if her daughter wasn't a content creator, you know how old your grandchildren are. So explain to me why you couldn't, at the same time as mentioning your granddaughter, mention your grandson. And the reason is because, in my opinion, she is not who she wants people to see her as. She is not who she wants people to believe that she is. That is not who she is at all. That is not who she is. But that's what she wants people to think. I hope that my sound is good. I hope y'all can hear me. But she is not who she wants people to think that she is. And that's really what I'm trying to say. It's really some bull crap. You fighting with your daughter, so now your grandchildren are casualties. I guess she was over there cussing and carrying on, but she trying to act like she's so squeaky clean. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. She can cuss if she wants to. She grown, but at the end of the day, she be faking like she's so squeaky clean, but she really not. So I don't know if I, as a grandmother, and you don't have access to your grandchildren. Ooh, what the hell? That thing fell. You don't have access to your grandchildren, so what? I guess the best answer is just to act like they don't exist. That's hurtful to the grandchild. You know what I'm saying? Because he likes to blame Peach for the distance and the absence. But if Peach is the reason for the distance, um, and etc., then why wouldn't she take every opportunity to include her grandson in her conversation? Because it's Peach, it's not her. That's what I think would be the case, but that's not what she did. So, shout out to both of them for graduating, class of 2026. Congratulations, the whole class of 2026. But at the end of the day, grandma, uh, Tracy, is wrong for not acknowledging that her grandson is graduating right along with her granddaughter, 2020, this year. She's wrong, in my opinion. In my opinion, she wrong for that. But she wrong for a lot of stuff she does. I don't take her side when it comes to the Peach stuff because where there's smoke, there's fire. This is an argument, if you want to call it an argument, that I would say I've had with plenty of people out here that are not acting like they got a bit of sense or a bit of common sense. If you know how much you cherish your mother when you have a good one, and you understand how naturally you cling to a mother when she was good for you, unless you have some serious mental health issues. Yes, there are those exceptions, which in the case of Peach, something is wrong, but not that type of something that's like that would make, I don't think it's the type of something that makes a person um act the way she's acted. I think that the something in this case is a direct result of whatever she's experienced. That's just my opinion of what's going on. I think Tracy has proven it a few times, that she ain't exactly the greatest. She's not the greatest. So anyway, um, and I think she continues to show that, because why would you not include your other grandchild in the class that's graduating if you gonna mention your granddaughter? And obviously, finally, like I said, I believe he came to mind. That's why she kept very, very specifically, this is my first granddaughter that's graduating. But you could have mentioned the grandson. Anyway, if y'all feel like it, if anybody got anything they want to say, chime in um on the topic. I have to look at the screen. I hope y'all can hear me. If there's anybody that is listening to the live, I don't know, but I'm hoping that you can hear me and that y'all will let me know whether or not my sound is good. If not, when I wrap this up, I guess I'll listen to the replay, because I am down here cleaning up a mess that I made while still talking. I guess I'll have to move my phone closer to my mouth when I listen back if it's not working. But thanks everybody that came in. Thanks for listening. If you did not hit that thumbs up, please double tap the screen for a like. Oh, look at some likes. Okay, I got a couple of listeners. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know what's happening. It's not letting the comments come through. And that other last video I had did, I don't know if it's actually showing up. Because what was I going to say? I don't know if it's actually showing up. Because when I went back to try to listen back, it wasn't allowing it the way that it normally would. And so, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if whatchamacallit, what's his name? Will, Will, I'm not. It wouldn't surprise me if he was in there because somebody was trolling. So, people like to get the reporting or whatever, because I definitely read off the numbers. The numbers ain't numbering in his child support filing. Mr. I want to give everybody advice. That's another segment. That could be deadbeat daddies, be a whole nother segment on top of the mommies that need a little help, like the Marissas and the Tracy's of the world. But anyway, like and also let me say this, because I was thinking about this. I was thinking about going live yesterday to say something about Marissa, but I didn't get around to doing that, saying what I was gonna say. Um, if Marissa don't get her stuff together, that older boy gonna turn out to be a Will. If she don't get her stuff together, her oldest son is gonna turn out to be a Will. And I do not wish that on him. But the reason that I say that, hear me out. Let me tell you why. Because she prioritizes men over her children. And, she's so consumed with the attention and everything she was getting from Will. And you know, doting on the baby and Momo. I mean, I keep saying his name, the middle child. Um, and she just ignores that oldest boy. She treats him really bad, and she's been doing it. And if she keep doing all those things, ignoring him, treating him the worst, picking men over him, he gonna end up being a Will. And I really hope that does not happen for him, but that's what she's setting up to be the case. So with that being said, I am going to end this one, and I'm sure I will be back. Thanks everybody that tunes in. If you haven't already subscribed, then please hit that subscribe. Check me out. It's a whole lot of good conversations happening over here. And you can come on in and be a part of it. Um,
With that being said, I'm sending love each and every one of you guys' way. And I am praying that you guys be abundantly blessed and hoping that you all are filled with peace. And with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.